had to play BP Amico for the Legend first. I whiffed a stand roundhouse, and he whiff punished. He grabbed my toe with light SPD from half a screen away.
What the?
And that was literally the first interaction I had in a tournament match.
Bro.
And the fact that I persevered enough to ever show up again, I think says a lot about my character.
I think it also shows that it scarred you forever, and that's why.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think I hated them already, honestly.
Uh-oh.
So we are in our losers final. The winner of this is going to move on to face Hotashi. Macho getting the early start here. Another empty low.
I think this is always really it's a treat to see because Testament actually can handle Eddie. Testament can shut down Eddie well in the neutral and mid-screen.
Yeah, if Testament can get a real turn, there's so many. The hitboxes are huge and the active frames are there that it's very difficult to just put Eddie on screen without him getting clipped by something. You see actually Macho being a little reserved with sending Eddie out, aware of that fact. These two have played a lot.
We're seeing a bunch of in-your-face flies, and I think that's probably one of Macho's most signature things. He'll do fly in your face, and he either will land instantly. He'll usually land instantly and do either a button, or he will actually he'll score on you and he'll do damn thing.
Yeah.
My favorite moment I've ever seen in a tournament was watching Roundhouse last year, and I was watching Macho's losers finals or grands or something, and he was fighting DPS, and he did fast fly down again into damn thing, and it killed. And it was one of the. It was probably the most beautiful.
And his wheel of options from that. There's the grab. He'll have the 2K. He'll do empty 5D. He'll just do the JH and, take the actual jump in when you're not expecting it.
Yeah. I just want to say once again that, Macho's Eddie control is amazing. After he did Frog, Eddie was behind BEPaw. So Macho controlled Eddie, so he brought him back in front of BEPaw so he could pressure with Drill.
I just want to take a moment. Everyone has kind of brought up the fact that Eddie refills very quickly in this game.
He does.
I also want to say that without Eddie, Invite Hell is fucked up. That move is actually messed up. It has hella active frames. Macho and I were playing, and he's like, if I just do it and I'm too close, you could just Dipper punish it. It turns out that if he is at a range that Dipper can punish it, you have to have meter because he can either be close enough to punish it and the second hit doesn't combo, or you can't punish it. So you have to be able to RC the first hit. And Dipper is one of the best punish moves in the game.
Yeah, you know what's even crazier? If I Pop Buster Zato and Eddie is out, he will recover Eddie in time before my move is done.
Yeah.
It makes me very upset at times.
The block on the overhead?
It's yeah, I got my win condition, and he got his.
Yeah, I think Eddie Lozado obviously isn't the optimal way to play him, but I think Invite Hell is an absolutely ridiculous move.
Yeah. It's super plus as a meaty. It has a massive range. And it's just really good. This should be death.
Yep. Zato health. Not very large.
You get the best song. I love the song. Storyteller is so good. Constant pressure. Give him some chance to breathe.
Just the raw Pierce able to find the counter poke to get out.
I love it. So that Macho started doing that recently, where he will end his pressure with a single drill, and then he gets a 5K which he can dash cancel into, and it just shows how Macho's pressure is so perfect. It's structured so super well that even when you think his turn is over, he can still keep his turn.
I love that Macho had to hit the air brake hard because that anti-air Gravedigger was the active frames were just there.
Yeah.
But when he landed, he had taken the camera with him, so you couldn't really see the ground when he landed, and the overhead was just waiting for him. Really heads-up play by BEPaw.
The camera in fighting games always whack. I think that's just how it is by design, but if you're really high in the air, you can make someone in, because you can't see. they can't see themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Execution. Nice. That's always really good. Oppose after throw is a really good combo option, and in the corner, I believe you can cancel into 2S frog, and then you can break the wall with that.
Caught him trying to backdash away. I like that. Like, you can't get a punish, but at least take your turn.
Yeah. That is a 50-50, and BEPaw guessed wrong. It's a really hard 50-50 to block because he either gets a JD or he gets a 2K.
Oh, no. Yeah, juggled too high in the air by the frog. That is...
Chicago burst.
It's just an unintuitive, even compared to Guilty Gear games, to me coming from BlazBlue is very weird, but it's the vertical movement in the startup of a burst is much more than in prior games, and if you're already high up in the air, it's very easy to put yourself in a space where that burst will whip.
They actually had a buff burst on in the Season 2 patch where they gave it more range.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think, honestly, now, I'm not like a legacy Guilty Gear player. I still think this is possibly the worst burst has ever been in Guilty Gear.
I think it's better because you gain burst faster in this game. You can get sometimes Earth in 2 rounds.
It can't be thrown, which has that going for it.
Yeah. But also, I think it's important to know that, like, burst in Strive, you get burst much faster. You can reliably get it in 2 games.
Yeah.
Twice in 1 game. Even if you get, like, swept. Oh, this is going to be a big whip punish.
No, PRC
oh,
says,
that's the remote attack.
And the empty fly into throw?
That's the remote attack. If you PRC through, I won't say Among Us, through Amorphous, it will actually miss you.
Macho on match point. What a sequence between those two a moment ago.
JS.
For the question in the chat, this is the Macho that played MVCI. If I remember correctly, he got second or won one of the EVO side tournaments.
He got second at one EVO. I think it was 2018?
Yeah.
I do not know much about that game, but I know Macho has been playing top tiers for a very long time.
It's a pretty cool game. It's just, it does a lot of the stuff that BB Tag does with much worse aesthetics.
I've heard that, except I've heard MVCI is pretty fun though.
It is. No, it's a very, the actual engine, the system mechanics and everything is great. It's a super fun fighting game. It's just ugly.
If you can get by that, you got a great fighting game. Hard knockdown. Caught the backdash. Caught another backdash. Yeah, we're seeing
a big damage here. I like this. Get your damage while it's there. Now you just really need, any sort of tap. Eddie is available.
Yeah, we might even see like a JD pressure.
The oppose into 5D.
I meant 5D, but
That's going to do it. BEPaw taking third. Pretty good showing for him tonight. Disappointed.
3-1?
That's what happens when you win. Yeah, 3-1 there is the final. You get used to winning. Sometimes third place seems like a bad night, but most importantly, he successfully got his run back against Grant. And, just fell short against someone who he's played a lot, who's going to be familiar with a lot of his habits.
Yeah, I didn't start seeing, I think I saw the first time Flower Man beat Macho was a couple months ago.